Hi everyone, Crafting Vicky here with you, and I wanted to share with you the making of my big sheets of ATCs. I'm going on vacation and I thought I should make some to bring with me and to have fun with them. So let's put this together. So basically it's putting, I've got 30 here, so we're putting 10 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to be able to make 7. I wonder if I did that instead. Because I still need to be able to work on my surface. And sometimes the sheets make it really hard because they're so big. Let's put this away, just so I have more room. Every time I shift my papers, that's what happens. Now you actually see the making of and the adjustment and everything. I want to move this a bit, but I don't want it to fall. Thing is, if I go like this, it's going to be too much. Okay, so we'll go with this instead. And so I've got a few cards left. And then what I did is I just used my masking tape. Got a roll that's already started. Okay, both of these rolls are not started. So let's find, actually I used this one last time because it's smaller. So this is masking tape, the painter's type one that you find very cheap at the dollar store. And I don't remember, but it's probably not $1 anymore in our dollar store, because our dollar store don't have much left at the dollar. Okay, now they're all shifting. So I've got those done. And see, when this happens, this is going to be a problem afterwards because it's overlaying. And when when I made mine, and I had a few that overlaid, and this became an issue. So I don't want to do this again. No better now. Okay, so like that. Once you've got the first this way, it's not as bad putting it the other way. It's really the first few lines that you put down that are a bit harder to get. Okay, so we've got those down. So as you can see, it gets a bit easier when there's more structure with them. When the cards are all loose, it's a bit harder to put them together. And I don't want to tape them too much, because last time I ended up tearing some of the back apart, and that kind of sucked. So I don't want to do that if I can avoid it. So okay, we've got one last column to do. You could use washi tape as well. I just don't like using my washi for this. It seems like a waste of a good product. Or masking tape, I don't mind. Painter's tape, I don't mind so much, especially since I get this stuff at the dollar store. So then once that is done, I just do the opposite row to give it more structure. So this way, when I'm moving around the sheet, it makes it easier. Because of course, if it's not stuck together, it's a lot easier to break apart. So now we've got our big sheet that's all ready to go. So all we need to do, and what I do next, is I use gesso on this, and see, now I can just lift it and move it around without any issues. So this is my big tub of gesso that I purchased super cheap. It was $6.97 at Omer Dessert, which is I believe they might be just in Canada. I'm not sure. But you guys in the States also have some cheap gesso that you can get at Walmart and stuff. So I just put a coat down just so whatever I will put on top will adhere to the cards, because the cards are shiny. And when I put stuff on top, I don't mind so much that some of the cards are showing, because I kind of like to know that it's these ATCs were made out of cards that they're actually altered cards. So yeah, so that is the base, and this will be it for this video. But then we'll do the embellishing of it and the cutting it apart, because last time I didn't cut it apart and on tape, and I got some comments that people would have liked to see how I do that. So we will get to that at a later video. So hope you like this. Try to do this, and it'd be fun that you do this along with me. Bye everyone. Hi everyone, Crafting Vicky here with you, and I wanted to continue my ATCs. They've all dried and we're ready to put some stuff. I've pulled out a bunch of different items that I thought I could glue on there. But first of all, we'll just put some sort of painting on this, just to have kind of a base. And let's get this done. I decided that I wanted to go in pink and purples for this one, because I really love pink and purple, and I wanted to have some happy colors, or at least happy for me. So I put a lot of paint, getting more coverage with it than what I expected. Of course, when you get to the edges, it's a bit harder. That's why I like putting the big masking tape, because it really feels more like a full sheet of paper, and you can move it around a lot easier than with than if you just put a few little strips here and there. Okay. I think we've done a good job on that. Let's dry this off. I'm sorry that it's taking a while. It's kind of hard when I do both cameras to do some cuts and to speed it up. It's not as easy as when I'm using only one camera. But I know you guys like also the overview, so that's part of it. Okay, so let's just put some stuff down, and I've got this napkin that's been started. We'll just use that on there, and I'm not concerned about the different edges, and putting this in on multiple ATCs. That's the whole point, is it makes a full sheet of something, and then when you remove it, it makes it really kind of cool. And this is gonna add a lot of texture to it because it's all wrinkled up. Might not add a lot of color, but it's gonna add some texture, that's for sure. Okay. Putting this down and just going with the flow. My goal being that I use up this full napkin. Because I don't want to have a lot of scraps anymore. It'd be nice if I can get rid of a bunch of it. Have so much different little bits and pieces. I have trouble throwing them away. And I know that I'm not alone in my trouble. But how small is small? Like, when do you stop actually putting it away? When is that little piece just too small for you to use? I don't know. Okay, so we've got the napkin down. And then I've got some book paper that was sent to me in a swap. And I thought this could be cool too. So put that down. Everything is turning pink. That's okay. And I'm going to twist stuff around and I'm going to put it on the other direction. Just to be naughty. Just to give extra interest. Okay, I still have this little leftover cross piece puzzle. Put that down. So basically whatever is on my desk is going down. Okay, so I'm turning this around so I can dry this and not put everything pink. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. I've got texture going, which is good. Sorry about that. Okay, so I've got this here, which has nothing to do with that, but why not? Pretty colors. Oh my god, that pink is just like, just won't go away. Everything is turning pink. So once I finish these ATCs, I'll cut them out on camera so you can see how I do that. But then after that, I'll be working on them while I'm camping, and I will do a show and tell after. I've got this here. It's a dairy milk pot of gold. It was sent in one of the swaps that I did, and just thought it'd be fun to actually use it. because it's been sitting in my stash for long enough. Also have this here, which could be fun. I don't know how well it's gonna stick to this, but let's try. Maybe once it's dry it's gonna stick better. But anyway, if it doesn't totally stick, it doesn't really matter, because I'll be going over it with glue and stuff at a later date. Just kind of want it to stick for now, kind of enough so that I can cut out my ATCs later and have it on there. Got music paper. So I'm really putting everything I can put my hands on that's on my desk and just wanting to be used. For no rhyme or reason. Okay, that's too small. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry, and once this is dry, then I will be back and we will do some more on it. See you soon. Okay, so I'm back and it's dried pretty much, not all of it, but pretty much. And so I'm thinking that the next step, because I've already got a lot of layers and things, maybe I should just play with some of my lovely Pibio paints, the ones that are all shimmery and stuff. Because anyway, after we finish with this, there's gonna be, you know, I'm still gonna put extra stuff on them. So I'm thinking that with my experience of last ones, if there's too much on them, then it's kind of hard to add more to them. Might be easier if I've got less going on already, though it's still a lot. And I'm thinking I want to use the this one, which is the blue, the violet blue iridescent. I just love that stuff. With the pink you don't really see a lot of it, but it's just the shimmer that it gives that is just amazing. Okay, so we've got the paint down. I don't think I'm going to be adding any more of this. I'm going to put these aside because I'll probably be bringing them with me. This would be kind of fun to have them. And so here is how shimmery it is. I really love it. And so now we should do some stamping, I guess. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this as my stamping tool as the first one. Not having all that much success. Okay, so that one wasn't a super success. So how about I use maybe, sorry for my arm, maybe this one. Yeah, that one we see a bit better. Okay, so that is that, and I'm thinking to finish this off that maybe a bit of splatter of white paint would be good. And that one's not open. This one open. Yeah, this one is open. So just do that. Oh yeah. And this makes a full mess of everything close by, which is why I do this in my garage. And I do this standing up. I can't seem to do stuff like that sitting down. I just think the ladies that do it are pretty awesome, because I can't. Okay, so, oh, my hands are dirty, but that's okay. That's all good. So, here it is. I'm pretty happy with them. So actually, I will cut this off, and I will be back when it's dry to show you the taking it apart. So I'm back, and it's dried, and yes, it does lift, but it doesn't matter because, like I said, I'll be gluing stuff on it. So the next step is to just remove the masking tape that I've added, and I have to remove it by layers. And do this layer second, and then this one, and then this, and that. And it does remove a bit sometimes of the cards, but it doesn't really matter because it's the back. I don't mind all that much. And you can see that some of the paint seeped through and it's actually still wet. So I'll just remove the wet part. And finally that. But they're still stuck together, right? Because of the paper that I used in between them. So then it's just a question of going and cutting through the different layers of paper that I've added. It's that easy. And you've got great ATC, altered card, whatever you want to call them, base, and you can just have fun afterwards decorating them, which is what I intend to do. And yeah, sometimes when you cut them, you take a piece of the other card, but it doesn't matter. In the end, you do the edges anyway, and you can, if you really want to, you could also do the corners of your cards. So you've got different options of how you want to do this. And you can see that there's texture on them. It's really kind of cool. So this one has been through war. And I just love this process because it gives you a lot of cards all at once, and you get to use stuff that is usually too big to put on just one card, but when you're using it on a group, it's a different story. So that's what I like about this. And this one is kind of stuck in between, and I don't want to hurt it too bad. Look at how cool that is. Isn't that just amazing? And they look very different from one another. So here is the cool looking ATCs that I've got. Oops. Don't they look different? They don't all look the same, which is awesome, and I love that I've used this. And there's a lot of texture and different elements on them. It's really kind of cool. And finally this. So I hope you've enjoyed this. You've seen the entire process this time, and I hope it inspires you to do your own. There's all kinds of tutorials on making those, and it's basically you take it to what you want. There's no right and bad ways of doing this. Just have fun, folks. That's all it's about. Bye, everyone.